Hello friends, today we are going to look at another medium level problem from Leetcode. The problem number is 739. It's about daily temperatures. Given a list of temperatures T, return a list such that for each day in the input tells you how many days you would have to wait until a warmer temperature. If there is no future day for which this is possible, put 0 instead. Okay, so for example, they have given us a list over here. So let's understand the problem in a little more detail. So we have these values. So these are the values from the array example that they have given: 73, 74, 75, 71, 69, 72, 76, and 73. Okay, so how many days 70 this guy has to wait in order to see a warmer day? This is the last day, so there is no other day that we can get from here. Then we have 76. 76 can see a colder day than this, but not a warmer day, so this is also 0. So 72 has to wait just one day, that is 76. 69 has to wait one day. 71 has to wait 2 days, right, to see a warmer day. And similarly, 75 would have to wait 1, 2, 3, 4 days to get a warmer day. And 74 has to wait just one day, and 73 has to wait just one day. So this will be our output for this. So 1, 1, 4, 2, 1, 1, 0, 0. There is an additional note to the problem given. The length of the temperatures will be in the range of 1 to 3000. Each temperature will be an integer, so the temperature will be between 30 to 70 degrees, 30 to 100 degrees. And they say that they can have around 3000, 30,000 elements in this array. So the size of this array could be between 1 to 30,000. This is the constraint given to us. Okay, so as I always recommend, to give it a try yourself before you look at the solution. So there are multiple ways to solve this problem. So you can think, so you can just explore different approaches using different data structure and see which one fits in. So we are going to look at the same solution again, but with a different approach. So previously we have done this solution using a stack-based approach, and we got our results. So today we are going to use an array-based approach and see how this array-based approach can help us, and we'll also do a comparison at the end between both the solution. I'll leave a link to the previous solution in the description so that you can refer to that, and we are going to see how we are going to leverage some of the hints given in the problem statement in order to come up with the solution. So the biggest hint that we are going to use, or we are going to capitalize, is this one, that our temperature has a fixed range. It can go up to 100. Okay, so what we are going to do and how we are going to leverage this into our solution, right? So again, the same thing, that we will also have a result, and which is initialized to all zeros at the moment, right? And this is something that we desire. This is something that we want to have here and send it back as an output, right? So how we are going to take advantage of the temperature? So we have seen that we are given with a range of 30 to 100, right? The temperature cannot exceed this range, so it will be inside this. So how we are going to leverage this? So let's look and understand. What we are going to do over here is we are going to create an array, okay, of last seen temperature, and this array would be of size 100. So we are supposed to store till 100, right? So let's say we keep this at 101. So this will have index starting from 0 until 100, right? So when the size is 101, that means we have 0 to 100, right? Okay, so I'm not going to create such a big array over here, but what I'm going to do is, since we are interested in the temperature between what is the lowest over here, 69 and 75, right? 76 we have. Okay, so let's say this is 69, 70, 71, and so on. So let's say this is my array, okay? And initially what this array contains, all the elements is initialized to max. Okay, we'll see how it will help and how we are going to use this. So everything has been initialized with the temperature max. So now let's put down our algorithm over here. So this time what we are going to do is we are going to iterate again backwards. So we are going to iterate the array backwards from array.length -1 to 0. We are going to go that way. Okay, and now let's understand what are we going to do when we start this iteration backwards. So for the first index that I'll get is, so the first index that we'll get is a 7, and the value corresponding to that index is 73. The pair that we are talking about is this, right? So the index is 7 and the value is 73, right? What are we going to do with this value over here? So we are going to iterate again. We are going to check from 74. So in this case, we are going to check from 74 to 100. And what are we going to check? So we are going to go over this array. So we'll start checking from 74 and we'll check till 100. And if we see that anywhere, if there is not a max, so in this case, you're saying that everywhere there is a max, right? There is no point that we can update this value. So we are not going to do anything over here, right? So we'll see what we'll do if the value is not max. So let me put this condition. So update last in index to up the last in value to index. So last in value is 73. So here I'm going to remove max and I'm going to put a 7 over here, right? Because we know that this is the temperature that we have seen on the 7th day, right? Okay. Now what happens? We come to the previous index, which is 6, and we get a value of 76. So what we start doing, we start iterating from 76 to 100. And we don't see any value between 76 to 100 that is not max, right? So what are we going to do at the end? We are not going to get any update, so we will update the last scene of 76 to 6, right? So these two has been set to particular index. So we come down to 5 and we get a value of 72. This time we start from 72 and we start going towards 100. Okay, but at 73rd index, that is over here, what we see that we are seeing a value that is not max, right? So if my result I is 0, then I'm going to update my result I j minus I. So the same formula that we are doing. So what I have got is when I have started from 72 this time, right? So we have started from here and we have seen that we are seeing a warmer day at 73 and the number that I see is a 7. So 7 minus I that I am doing, right? So 7 minus I is nothing but 5. So I see that it is 2 days apart. So what I am doing is for result I, which is 5, I am changing this to 2 now. What will happen now? We have started from 72 and we found a match at 73, right? And we updated our result to 2. And but we'll not stop here. We'll continue to see go ahead and see if we can find a better result. So that's why this if check is there. So otherwise we are going to put a else and we are going to do a update result I. And now we are going to take the min. We are going to take the min between result I, which is my current result, which is at the moment 2, and we will check with last seen j minus I. So now you see that we'll find a match here again at the at the 76th index, and the number is 6. So we get a 6 minus 5, which is 1. So here I was having a previous best 2, and this is 1. So I am going to update this result and put a 1. Right? So you see at every stage how we are getting the better result at every point of time. We're going to update this array as well. So what is the value that we have got? We have got a value of 72 and 72 was at max. So what I'm going to do is now put a 5 over here. Okay, so this loop will go on. I'll come to index 4. So index 4 has a value of 69. So let me clear some of the spaces. Doing again is start from 69 and go towards 100. So when I start going from 69 and go towards 100, I'll find a match at 5 again. Okay, so what I'll be doing is I'll be doing a, so initially this is set to 0, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this 5 minus 4, which is 1, over here. Then I go on, I get a 7, then I'll do a 7 minus 4, which is a 3, and we'll check this condition. So this is not the minimum, I already have the minimum. Again, I find a match at 6 minus 4, get a 2, which is still not better. So I know this is the least number of days to a warmer temperature. So I go on. So where I come now is the index 3, where I get a temperature of 71. So we start from 71 and go towards 100. So we get our first match at 72, which is 5. So 5 minus the current index is 3. We get a 2. So we update this value to 2 based on this condition. Previously it was 0. Then I find the next match over here, which is at 7. So I do a 7 minus 3, which is a 4, which is 2 is still a better result. So I don't update. I go here. I do a 6 minus 3. I get a 3. I still don't update, and I move on. And then at the end, I know that 2 is the minimum result that we can get at this point of time. And at the end, what we are going to do at 71, we are going to strike off max and put the minimum value that we have seen, that is the value 3. We go on, we go to the second index, we get a temperature of 75 degrees over here. So this loop will go on for 75 to 100, and you understand, right, why we are checking from 75, because 74 is a cooler day. I'm just considering the warmer days. So I start from 75. The match I get is a 6 over here. That's the only match. So what happens over here is I do 6 minus what was the index over here? It was 2. So I know it's 4 days. So I update this value. There is no subsequent matches. There is only one match. So what I'm going to do at the same time is I'm going to update this array as well. So for the value of 75, the next day would be 2 over here. Okay. Then I move to the index 1, which is 74. Immediately at 75, I see there is a value of 2 over here. So I do a 2 minus 1, I get a value of 1. I update. Then at 76, I get a match again, so which is 6 minus 1, which is 5 days, and which is pretty higher than 1, so we are going to ignore it. And there is no other matches. We come down to 0, and in 0, the value that we get is a 73. And immediately at 70, sorry, I have forgot to update this. So 74, we have a value 1 now. So you can see here that the index is pretty nicely building up. The last known index, right? If you have a duplicate, you're going to update with the smaller value, definitely. So at 74, what I see is there is a match and the number is 1 minus 0. Then I update this value with a 1. I update this value with a 1. And then I get a value which is 75, that is 2. So I do a 2 minus 0, 2, which is higher, I don't consider. Then I get a 6. I do a 6 minus 0, which is higher, I don't consider. So I'm done going over this array, and what I'm left with is 1 1 4 2 1 1 0 0, which is same as this guy. So we got the state, we got from here to here. So this is the array based approach. We are going to quickly go over to Leetcode and see how it looks on the code. Okay, so here what I need is again the results, which is the length of the array, and this is the same result that I am going to send at the end. And now we also need a temperature array called last seen, and which will be of a fixed size, right? So it will be of 101 elements, so that we can sort from 0 to 100. Okay, and as you know that we have initially filled up our last scene with max. That means we wanted to, why we have did this to a max value, right? So because you see, we are doing a comparison between min. So result 0 and integer.max will always get you the minimum value, right? Because since want to get the minimum value, that's why we have initialized with a max, so that we put the smaller number later. Okay, so we have done initializing and then we are doing a backward pass. So I'm going to put the results I equal to 0, since we are going to get the value. Anyways, it will be initialized to 0 itself when you are doing it, but still. Okay, so we are going to start from the temperature +1 and go up to 100 and check every temperature in between that. And we are going to consider only if the last seen temperature at that index is not equals to the max. So if it is max, there is no point in considering that temperature, right? So this is the same check that we have talked about over here. So we have initialized everything with a max, and if the value continues to be at max, that means I have not seen the temperature and there is no point in considering it. But if it is not max, what we are going to see, we are going to check results.I. If the same is 0, that means it has not been initialized. So I'm going to put results I equals to last seen of j minus 1, j minus I, sorry. Otherwise, what we are going to do is we are going to update results I, and we are going to take the minimum between the two. So the two things are results.I itself. So I'm comparing its own value, and we are seeing that the next result that we have seen is any better or not. So we are going to compare between these two. And once we are done with everything, we are just going to update our last scene with with the temperature Ti. Sorry, with the index I. And we are going to do this for the TI. So TI will give you the temperature, right? And this will give you the index. So that's what we are storing over here also. So TI is the temperature, and index we are going to store this 4, 5, 6, whatever values we get. So yeah, this is the solution all about. Let's run it and see how it goes. Well, it has been accepted. Let's do a submit, and let's see how it goes for a wider range of test cases. So it is 17 millisecond faster than 55%. So again, the whole concept is how we are leveraging the array over here in order to come up with the solution. And previously also we have done a video on the stack. So I have the comparison results over here. You can see there is not much difference. So this is the stack based solution that we have done previously. So it is almost the same. Almost the same. There is not much difference between the two. So again, the intention was to give you the idea on different kind of solution that can be applied to a same problem and to get the similar kind of results. So I hope you like the video. If you think this solution was helpful to you, do give it a like. That will be of a huge encouragement for me as well. And do share and subscribe if you haven't done so. Subscribe and get notified for all the upcoming videos. I'll be creating more videos down the line, and I'm planning to expand it with system designs and other algorithms, not only keeping myself content with Leetcode, but to explore the other platforms and to go for the generic concept. So please subscribe and support the channel so that I can build more content, and I feel more energetic in building the content as well. So yeah, that's all from this video. Do give it a like, and see you guys soon. Have fun and take care. Bye bye.